Love Island, Love Island. Thank you for keeping us entertained this entire summer. I can't believe that we're at the end of our season. I can't believe that we started off feeling like 5 days a week was going to be more of like a burden than fun. And then I was locked in, living for every episode, perhaps feeling like, why not 7 days? But last night's finale was so, so, so good. So, PPG triumphant. Yes. So I'm excited to get into it. A lot happened, but I'm mostly just floating on a win for Serena and Cordell. PPG made it to the finale. A reminder, if you're not already following Janae and Serena, go do so on Instagram, go do so on TikTok. I also noticed that Kenny doesn't have that large of a following. Go follow Kenny. Go follow Kenny. Give him some support. He also contributed to this season. Hey, good morning. So, what is that one saying? The devil works fast, but Kris Jenner works faster. So do chicks in the office, because they already dropped a podcast episode this morning with our winners. And spoiler, if you haven't already caught up, catch up, please. With our winners, Cordell and Serena and Janae and Kenny. I took the liberty of watching that episode. So I'll recap some of that throughout this. This is probably going to be a brief episode just because I'm feeling kind of sick. So if you hear me like breathing heavy, I'm sorry. I'm feeling kind of under the weather and my throat hurts. So I want to rest my voice with the fingers crossed and belief that I'm going to get interviews with the Love Island contestants this week. So like this stream, let everybody know I'm on. I don't know how long I'll be able to get through it. And again, apologies if I sound sick. Serena and Cordell, Serena and Cordell, Serena and Cordell. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So let's recap the dates. I'm going to be honest, I didn't really tune in. Nikki and Brie also released their interview. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll tune into that as well. Thank you. Thank you for the plug. So if you're tuning into this later, then just have it known that Chicks in the Office, as well as Nikki and Brie's podcast that comes on at the end of Love Island, both have interviews out with our finalists. I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy for them. I hope that when they went on social media, it was like a shock for them to see how much support they have. And I hope that they're just feeling like the love. I really hope that they're letting that love energize them and that any hate comments are just immediately drowned out by all of the love we've been giving them all season. Thank you to Lovely Music for saying to feel better. That's so nice. Thank you. So Aaron and Ken, not me lying. I just said Aaron and Ken, like I can't with myself. Okay. Nicole and Kendall went first on their date, and they went parasailing, and then they had a private island. Initially, I was a little bit perturbed about the dates because I was like, why are they getting fun activities, but everyone else just has to look at trees? I changed my mind. The parasailing looked like it was a very short activity. I do stand on the fact that the private island was really cool. I did like that. But it looked hot. Like it looked really, really, really hot. Kendall was taking one for the team, sitting in the sun so that Nicole didn't have to, but it looked really hot. And I ended up deciding that I ultimately wouldn't have wanted that date. So I didn't really watch much of it. Too Long Didn't Read version of their date was that Kendall said he loved Nicole. She did not reciprocate. She came back feeling overwhelmed, talked to the girls, and said, I feel like I ruined the date. Kendall claims that she didn't, but to be fair, I probably ruined the date a little bit. Like, to be fair, probably ruined it a little bit. Okay. These are really good. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. This is not an ad, obviously, not sponsored or anything, but Fresca's grapefruit citrus, really refreshing. So anyways, they go on their date. They come back. Leah and Miguel go on their date next, but also I'm going through the Love Island USA Instagram to help me like remember the moments. This conversation where Leah, Serena, and Janae are sitting there and they're just taking time to appreciate how the three of them have been like a family to each other, have uplifted each other, kept each other in the experience. I really enjoyed that. I really, really, really enjoyed that. And I appreciate Leah for thanking Serena for being real with her because all of us need a friend to be real with us. And I really liked that as well. I think the dates were well planned. I couldn't imagine. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I do think the dates were well planned. Now, somebody made a remark that it would have been cool if Leah and Miguel went horseback riding. I initially agreed with that. However, since they got to see horses on their ATV ride, I'm glad that it was kind of like a twofer essentially for one of them. Kenny. I talked about that in the beginning, Chicks in the Office podcast. I listened to that. I'm going to recap that a little bit towards the end. So yeah, Nicole cries. Kendall like tries to cry. Like he really tries to force out a couple of tears, but he ultimately doesn't. But I also am like a little scared to go hard on Kendall because I just want to make it very clear that the alleged video of Kendall going around online is not okay. It's absolutely not okay. I find that very disgusting. I think that it's very malicious that the person dropped that on the day of the finale. I think it's very cynical. I can't imagine leaving the house and then seeing that. So, regardless of me being critical of Kendall the entire season, it doesn't change how I feel about him towering over Serena. Of course, I have my criticisms, but I am aware enough to know that that's really disgusting and wrong, and I wouldn't want that to happen to myself or any loved ones. 1,000% I reported the ones I could. I hope he has good support. So I hope he has good support. I want everybody to know that just because I'm being critical of Kendall in this episode and I'm making the like lighthearted remark that he wasn't crying with Nicole, that's no excuse to just like harp on this train and join in online and like the hateful, disgusting, explicit posts. That's my opinion. Thank you for reporting it. So moving along, who comes next? So yes, Leah and Miguel, they go next. They go ATVing. I will say I was influenced with the color of this. I probably will buy that. I probably will buy that. I did make the comment to my boyfriend. Can you get something that color? Like, can you get something green, lime green, so we can match like that? It was kind of giving like Bubbles. Like I feel like Bubbles would wear that from PPG. So yeah, I like that color a lot. Anyways, they went on their date. It was really cute. I think that they're very lighthearted. I don't know whether or not they'll date after the show. I definitely wouldn't have picked them as getting second place. But I will say, I enjoy their lightheartedness. I enjoy that neither of them faked an I love you to one another. Miguel's speech was really, really, really profound. I can't say I expected that. I can't say I expected that. I cried during most of everybody's speeches. Also, I don't know if I'm misreading things, but I really can't get a vibe on Nicole. So like I want to keep in mind that things are edited. I'm seeing such a small percentage of things, but it was really odd when they were coming back from their date. I don't know. I kind of felt like they weren't excited to see the Islanders. Like I kind of felt like they like everybody was like, "Yes." And they were like they're going to freak out. And I'm like, "Aren't you guys excited to like share these details with them?" I don't know. It kind of feels like they were like kind of separate from the group. Oh my gosh, no, I can't. Absolutely, we're grown. Kendall was messy on the show. Thank you. It's just that. Absolutely. Nicole's vibe has always been a little bit off. It's since she made that. Who did she look at with a weird face? I want to say she looked at Janae with a weird face at one point, but I just really can't figure out Nicole. Also, like, yes, they included Nicole, but it was very clear that they stuck the three of them very close together. And I feel like there was probably a reason for that. Oh, yeah, she did make a face at Kaylor too. I feel like she made a face at multiple people when they were crying. I feel like one time was at Janae and one time was at Kaylor. And I could be mistaken that, so I'll go back. But I feel like it was a couple of things that she did where I'm like, is that edited? Is that a montage? What's going on? Yes. Okay. So, anyways, they came back from their date, and I was kind of like, aren't you guys way more excited? The next people to go on their date was Janae and Kenny. I'm also influenced to buy this. Are you kidding? This is the most lovely dress. The hearts covering the breasts. I'm obsessed. I need that. She looked phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Janae and Serena getting acknowledged like they're like princesses and getting the treatment of just like pampered and acknowledged. I lived for it. They are so, oh, she looked so, and her sticking to red. Get ready, red bottoms, red nails, red car. Kenny, I'm here to get you for your date. She takes Kenny's car to get his oil changed, and all of a sudden she brings his car back and it's red. Kenny, I changed the color of our car. I love her so much. The fandom this season absolutely is unreal. Absolutely is unreal. I made a TikTok about that and I posted on Twitter about that, and I've been trying to talk about it throughout the season. She's going to be in all red all the time. She needs a Valentine's Day partnership with like Savage Fenty with like some of their lingerie. I would love to see that. And yes, they were so cute on Chicks in the Office. So they go next for their date. Kenny is floored watching Janae walk down the stairs, which has anybody made a montage of Kenny watching Janae go down the stairs? Because if not, please somebody who has the time do that and then tag me in it. Please tag me in it. Because I would really love to see it. So he's excited. She comes down the stairs. Wait, am I tripping? Did Janae and Kenny go last? The Love Island Instagram has everything posted out of order. What order did things happen? Okay. Serena and Cordell were in between. Okay. Let me backtrack. So Serena and Cordell went in between. Let me backtrack. Sorry. I'm going to go back to the red dress. But Serena and Cordell went in between. Also a moment. She looks stunning. Listening to Cordell constantly praise Serena and talk about how she's like just too gorgeous and how she's so gorgeous. And he's using those words. And he's not just saying like, you're so sexy, or it's not like just sexualizing. Like it's, I love how he talks about her. I love how he talks about her. And I loved how Cordell talked about Serena on Chicks in the Office. I also love how he just knows her body language so well that when she has something to say, he's like, you first, you go ahead. I'm obsessed. So anyways, they go on a movie date. They get in a really cute car, and behind the scenes, just for giggles, I am wondering if they got to drive all the way there. I'm hoping they were. And I'm saying that because I wish there was like a dash cam video of them driving to their date. I was hoping we would get to see like a couple of fun little moments. But for some reason, I feel like producers are like, it's a liability. And I feel like they probably drove them there. But anyways, it's fun to imagine. The car was really cute. They went to the drive-in, and like I said, thank you. He's not just saying, okay, body. Oh my God, the trauma from that. I don't even remember who said that, but I remember hearing just okay, body. Oh, yes. That's from Love is Blind. Love is Blind. Yes, I remember that. Clay to AD. However, she liked that compliment, so it's like, okay, you know what I mean? That's completely fair. However, I know exactly what you mean. I know what you mean. So yeah, he's very complimentary to her. Like when asked about what his favorite physical feature was, he said it was her laugh. Like he's very pure, very pure. So they watch their movie. At first I was a little disappointed that they put in clips of the up, like the downs. I thought it should have just been ups, but then judging by their reaction and feeling like that was an accurate retelling of their relationship, and it truly like encapsulates the journey that they've been through. I'm happy if they're happy. At first I thought it was kind of shady, like everybody else didn't have to reflect on certain moments. So it wasn't like a scrapbook of everybody's like good and bad moments that they had to talk about on their date. But like I said, if they're happy, I'm happy. But initially, I said out loud to my boyfriend as we're watching, I was like, they definitely didn't need to put that in. Like, why bring that up? But yes, winner's edit, totally. I get it. And it gave them an opportunity to talk about their ups and downs. Cordell's pre-movie speech was great. He was like, it's going to be the ups and downs of Serena and Cordell. And then it was. So it was really endearing. The main theme is Cordell's persistence. And the one thing Serena says on Chicks in the Office is she's never had to wonder about Cordell's feelings towards her. He may have had to wonder for a couple moments about her, but she also clarifies that she was kind of looking for things to get the ick on Cordell in the beginning, because from their initial conversation, even from the right off the bat, they had so much in common, and she already knew that she liked him. And she was like, we're not going to do this. Like, we cannot do this like this fast, this much. And also, he grew up a street away from her, a neighborhood away from her. So, I completely, like, I have always understood how Serena's moved in the house, protecting her hearts, not hearts, heart. But yes. I would have loved to see the ring exchange. That's a great point. I would have loved to see some unseen bits. That was my other criticism. Why show them moments that they could 100% watch at home and not be like given like things that they can't watch later? Yes. But overall, the date was great. Their chemistry is palpable. I'm I love them. I see longevity. I think it's super beautiful that what they've been most excited for this entire time was to leave and to continue their relationship together. Huge, huge. They're very genuine. I don't think Serena gives a F about who Cordell's brother is. I think he is so interesting that that's the least interesting thing about him. I also love how Serena, watching that back, kept affirming to Cordell how handsome he is. She was like, "You're so cute. You're so handsome." Guys, guys, I cried a lot. I cried a lot last night. I feel like a bird just low key flew past my window in the back. I cried a lot last night. Dion, good morning. I love Serena and Cordell so much. They're everything. And even them at the very end when they were like, Serena, and she was like, I think that they won, like it must be them. No, it's you. It's always been you. Well, there needs to be a speech from a movie. It's you. It's always been you. You're the love of my life. Me talking about Serena and Cordell. I don't know if you saw my TikTok, but my boyfriend tried to record one for me where I was like, I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it, because that's how Serena and Cordell make me feel. I love watching them. The fact that, and like going a little bit into Chicks in the Office, the fact that Cordell lets Serena be upset, lets her experience every bit of her emotions. And like the host said, especially in contrast to Aaron, who micromanaged Kaylor's feelings this entire season. And anytime she showed us an inkling that she was going out of the confines of what he feels is appropriate for her behavior, he, criticized her. He criticized her. So it was really beautiful to see him accept her and not also play the victim. Do you know how many men, if they had their breakfast they made her thrown back at them, would be like, yeah, like she just hates me. That was so like, no, he knew that was a stupid idea. He did it anyways. And like he said on Chicks in the Office, his whole thing was the consistency that he has with Serena. He had been making her breakfast this entire time. So he was still going to make her breakfast and give her the option as to whether or not she wanted to eat it. I appreciate the consistency. I do. And like I said, I appreciate how he handled everything and letting her talk. I don't know how much trauma I have from the men who have yelled back at me when I like show an emotion. So the fact that she's like able to like raise her voice and he's not just like screaming over her that she's like a dumb. That's sad that as women we have to have that much like PTSD, but I love it. I love that. I love them. I love everything. Shout out to Serena for authentically being herself. Shout out Serena. Thank you. Thank you. Her family did an absolutely amazing job of making her know her worth. Oh my God. I love her. They posted a cute pic from their hotel bed. Me too. I absolutely love the pact that they made. If one wins, they give the other $4,000. I absolutely love that. I also loved hearing Serena say that when Kaylor first got there, it was, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was basically like, okay, like here's Kaylor. But then other people were arriving and then Janae came in and she was like, I was waiting for you. And Janae was like, okay, like, well, I'm here. And it was like besties off the bat. I skipped to the end and then watched the episode. Kay, I was so tempted to do that. I was so tempted to go to the end, see if I was going to be triggered, and then go back. But I didn't. And I'm proud of myself. Okay. So their date was super, super cute. I really ended up liking it. Do I wish that we got to see like every second of that date? Probably. Yes. And shout out to Cordell's parents too. They raised a gentleman. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So last, but certainly not least, and I love that Janae says this, they saved the best for last. Yeah. So Janae and Kenny, now I'm going to be honest with you, because that's not just like a be happy. No, I'm allowed to make a criticism. I absolutely love their date. They should have been able to leave the villa. It looks like they were still on the same premise as the villa. I love the date. I love the tree. I love the notes from home. But can they leave? Can they not leave? Come on. They like tried to make it look like they went somewhere, but it was just like a walk through the garden. And then when Janae came back too, and she was like, so we were somewhere. Like, I know you can't just say we were in the backyard. You know what I mean? Like we were in the front yard, like in the court. So, and I wish we saw more notes, which made me wonder, was there 7 notes that they had and then they copied all of them and put them around the tree? I just wish we had gotten to see more of the notes. I did love their date though. I cried. I smiled. I felt joyful. Kicked my feet. What is it called? Squealed my toes. Don't know. It was great. It was so great. I think Kenny is a gentleman as well. Shout out to both Janae and Kenny's parents as well. Janae is so feminine and so graceful. I literally, sometimes I see women who are just so within their femininity and just like, I wish I was like that. Like I have a friend like that and she's just like so beautiful and just so feminine and so like kind and like bubbly. And I just love Janae. I love Janae. And Kenny, like I said, he is a gentleman. Janae is kind. The amount of grace that she has for other people is crazy. Is crazy. I'm so like she has so much grace that she taps into, because even on Chicks in the Office, when she's discussing the Leah and Connor situation, for Leah to still be her girl after that, I mean, that really shows that she prioritizes like her friendships, I guess, over guys. But like that, I don't know if I would ever be able to forgive that particular situation. Like I don't, I'm still kind of like have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, because why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you make a joke about it and then do that? It's not funny. Like, these are her feelings. Didn't you not see the tumultuous time that she's had in this villa? You know what I mean? Like, have you not seen the relationships that she's gone through where she's feeling like a second choice? And then to hear further that Connor told Janae that Kaylor was his top pick and Janae was his second. And then in reality, he told the guys that Kaylor was his top pick and Leah was the second. You're gross, dude. Like that's gross. That's gross. As I said, Janae was used as what felt like a placeholder, solidifying his space as he waits to make a move on Leah. I also thought it was really interesting to hear on Chicks in the Office that Janae cackled when she was like, "End your guys' friendship with Rob." And she was like, "What friendship with Rob?" Like, we literally like said hi in the hall a couple times. It's like I don't know if Leah saved her though, just because Leah still caused her some pain. Like yes, she was with Connor and then quickly got the ick, but it's like that was like at the expense of Janae's feelings. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, where did they get? So I think there's been some moments where it seemed like Rob and Janae had at least like a softness between each other, such as when Rob like caught the bouquet and like passed it to Janae, or just like his reaction during the heart rate challenge, or like I think they shared like a couple of hugs, but like, you know, valid. I love hearing her perspective where she was like, no, no, no. Short-term hurt is better than humiliation. Absolutely. It's just so hurtful when it comes from your friend. I remember that feeling of when a guy is more interested in my friend than me. And then, but like he was with me for like, that's a really, ooh, I'm afraid for her to watch it back. I don't know if she'll have the same grace. I hope that her and Kenny watch it together, or she watches it with her best friends, her support team. I think that Sally made a comment about how she may have watched it by her complete self. I think that's a bad move. I think you need to watch it at the very least, like with your girlfriends, closest friends, who anytime you start to be critical of yourself and be like, oh, that was so dumb of me. Like, why did I do that? Be like, no, 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 you aren't dumb. Self-talk. We love you. This is a minor edit of you. We know who you are. This isn't you. Don't. God, like you need that. You need that. Me too. I hope Leah apologizes to Janae at their reunion, because I sort of thought that that was what was going to happen during their conversation. Like when Leah was thanking both of them, I sort of did think she was going to say, "I'm sorry for what happened with Connor. I should have never let him treat you that way. It was really gross that I let this desire to stay safe or briefly compete for like male validation affect our friendship. Like, he was despicable to you. And I'm sorry that I played any part of that if that hurt your feelings." I sort of thought that would be said. I wonder if they have talked about that. And to be fair, they may have. I'm I'm not at the end, but I have talked about all 4 dates. The show is absolutely edited. So I'm hoping that I get a chance to sit down and talk with the girls. Let me talk to the girls. Let me find out. Tell me what's going on. Tell me the tea. The problem is Hannah made it sound like more was going on behind the scenes. And it just made me curious what happened. You know what I mean? When I talked about it with Leah, I cannot even keep myself straight. And my name's Leah. Do you know how hard it's been this season? You know how hard it's been this season? When I talked to Hannah, it kind of seemed like more was going on. So I'm just curious to hit on it and to hear the full story. At that same time, it's such a negative point in the show. I don't know how much time I want to spend on it because I really hate to use time in an interview to not give people their flowers, to not give them the opportunity to talk about the things that were great that happened for them. So many interviews, people just get to talk about everything great. And it's like, I have to use my time wisely, essentially. I plan on interviewing whomever they let me, like literally. Who do you let me at them? Who do I get to interview? So I'm going to request to interview anyone, and whoever I'm allowed to interview, I will. And then it just depends on how much people's accounts really blow up after the show, because a lot of times I reach out to people after the show personally and I'm like, hey, I loved you. I've been covering the show. I've been rooting for you all season. Can we chat? But the more like famous, oh yeah, famous, everyone's famous. The more famous, the more followers people have, sometimes their inboxes are closed. So we'll see what happens. I'm praying that through the producer that I'm talking to that's helped me arrange my interviews, I get to talk to everyone. I need to interview Janae, please. Before I knew that Janae was in Vegas, I somehow thought that she was also in New York, which is why she was looking for someone from New York. And I was like, I'll come to New York City. It's easy, just a train right away. Like, we'll go to the studio. I'll pay for it. No problem. Can't wait to talk with Janae. They're like, Shia, honey, no, you're going to do Zoom. Okay. If you get one, you're going to do Zoom. Ashley, hi, friend. Hi, friend. YouTube. Wait, if you're not following my friend Ashley from my Sweet Perspective and you see her name in the chat, please give her a follow. She does the Lord's work with covering reality TV content, film. If you have a bored second of your day, pretty much you would go over to Ashley's channel and find something to watch that traps you in for 7 hours. Oh, Ashley, stop. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm going to cry. Love you, Ashley, and follow her on TikTok as well. The other interview is thank you. Thank you for, and to be honest, I hate even accepting thanks on that, which I've talked about, just because it's such the bare minimum. Come on, people. Come on, people. It's such the bare minimum. If you have the platform, if you have the privilege, can you please use your voice, especially if you're a white woman and you know that you have the privilege that people somehow are just more inclined to listen. I don't know, palpable to white people to not make them feel as bad. Like, use your platforms. I really want to see other people do that. I hope my videos end up on people's timelines that need to see them a lot. Thank you. Oh my God. I'm so happy to be anybody's favorite interviewer, because I never knew that people would end up watching my interviews. And that was always my goal. I don't want to create content. I make my content to talk about the things I talk about on my podcast, but I really just want to talk to people on my podcast, interview about my shows. I would love to just speak with every person as they leave the show, hit on things. That's my passion. Rob already secured an interview with the lady from Barstool. Is it Alex Cooper? Because if it is, and you said lady from Barstool, I'm going to laugh so hard. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh and shade other people. That was kind of funny. Team Ruby, thank you for leaving your perspective. Absolutely. And just a reminder to the casting producers that it should be an obligation to cast men whose preference is dating Black women. That's also should be the bare minimum. If you're going to have Black women on the show, then keep that a priority, please. Because watching Cordell love Serena is everything. Watching Kenny love Janae is everything. And it's like, to be fair, I will say a lot of times, sometimes producers are sitting there, especially if they did it in person in Fiji. I do wonder that, whew, I would have to take a little bit of a hit before I do that, a little bit of a bull rip, because the pressure is on. So I don't know how many times they would tell me to shut up if I was the interviewer. Like, I think I would try to ask stuff. And this is why I'm not sure that I'll ever transition into mainstream, or even if I have the capacity to, because I want to ask that. And then they'll be like, cut her mic, cut her mic. We're not talking about that. So, but they probably, I'm not going to lie. Do I think they asked? No. No, I don't. The thing is, they can't even lie about their preferences on shows like this because they fact check. They do. So when things happen, it's intentional. And that's what's so depressing. And that's what makes me so angry. And that's what I call out producers for all the time. Because allegedly, so I don't get sued, I've heard from numerous contestants across numerous shows on numerous platforms that we watch that when you're casted, they do in fact ask for pictures of everybody who you've dated recently, most of the time, allegedly. So with that being said, they know. They know who you've dated. They know who you're open to. They allegedly know who you're leaning towards. So, that's what's despicable, is exploiting trauma and pain and letting women go on a show to not be preferenced and not be selected be a selling point. And that's why it's so hard for me to find reality TV that I can watch. Like, and I say that with a lens of privilege as well. It's so hard though, because otherwise I'm constantly with blood pressure 210 over 90. I don't know. I know 120 over 80 is normal, so I'm assuming that's not. But yeah. There we go. Love is Blind. Perfect match. When you know by just saying it, Ooh, sorry guys. I thought a bug was on me. I think it was a freckle. Whew. Whew. So yeah. Twitter detectives will out them every time. I thought that said True Detective. I was going to say, not what did True Detective do? And let me look into this. Okay. Continuing on. What part was I at? Okay. Janae and Kenny. Janae Spanish. Janae speaking Spanish. That was beautiful. I cried. I boohoo cried. What? Oh my God. That was absolutely stunning. And Kenny was like, not her whipping that out the last day. God. So that his family members at home can also follow what's going on. Just even to show appreciation to his culture, to his family. They're getting married. She said, if you're ready to marry me, Kenny, just say that. Say it. Say it. Say it. Just kidding. One stage at a time. I love that. Shout out to his cousin, because, I've been saying alleged cousin just because I'm not sure, but his cousin, he's been riding on social media. Oh, by the way, Janae posted who's been managing her social media account, and it's like her best friend. I want to know who's been managing Kenny's. I want to know who's been managing everyone's. I thought it was good Spanish. I really, really thought that it was. Now, may I be wrong? Potentially. Somebody may let me know in the comments. But I also think the intention behind it was really powerful. And I think she really intended to be inclusive and show appreciation and show that she can fit into the family and that she's willing. And I thought it was beautiful. And I also am like, are you fluent? Because it sounded really good to me. Like, I'm not going to lie. It sounded really good. Okay, so yeah, their date was really cute. I absolutely cackled at Janae saying to pass the part where her mom was talking about the tatas. And she's like, and by the way, Janae, how can you move your tatas like that? She said, skip that part, Kenny. Her mom is so funny. Her mom is so funny. Her mom is so her. That is so funny. And that's in reference to who did she mimic? Who did that? Kendall. Affirmations are Janae's love language. Is Janae an Aquarius? Because I'm an Aquarius and affirmations are mine. Did the live end? No. Can you still see me, Kiki? Kiki, can you see me? Kendall. Yeah, like, can we skip the okay, I'm a Sagittarius rising. We're still connected. We're so connected. That's the problem too. Please don't take up other people's time by asking questions about other topics. While sometimes I'm laughing at Kiki's response. While sometimes you need to ask things, um, stick on topic. Stick on topic. Oh my God, me and her have such similar. And then like too, when I watched Meg the Stallion's interview, I'm like, we're connected. Dun, 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 dun. Because me and her have almost the same chart. And everything she was saying, I was like, oh, relatable. Oh, relatable. Relatable. Are you a Gemini moon, Meg? I know. I'm barely seeing Aquarius in real life. So funny. I love that we're into astrology here. Can anybody confirm what Kenny is? Team Sag Rising. Look at us. This is the power of astrology. We always find our way. And if you're watching this video afterwards when it's posted to YouTube and you hate astrology, we don't care to hear your opinion. I can't commit to the whole thing. Oh, Pisces. Okay. So, it was funny how they both kind of like both guys and girls kind of struggled to write their letters. They're kind of like all sitting together, and I kind of immediately pictured men writing their vows, where they probably do call their friend that's married and kind of like help figure things out. And I found it endearing. Oh yeah. Oh, he's a Pisces. Okay, got it. Wow. I've never met a Pisces man, ever. I've never met a Pisces man. Okay, so Miguel was gonna write that he first liked Leah when her ooga booga fell out of her dress, and then he didn't write that, which was good. Fast forwarding to the end. Ariana, I don't know how to describe what this color is, but it's like I feel like she almost owns the rights to this color. At least on Love Island. Like when I saw Nicole wearing it, I was like, Ari's color, Ari's color. And then sure enough, Ari came out in that color. I was like, oh my God. But Nicole's dress was beautiful. It was really beautiful. Ariana has looked stunning the entire time. Is that periwinkle? I love periwinkle. I love periwinkle. Ariana could wear periwinkle every episode, and I would like her in it. Gemini women and Scorpio men are scary, scary. Okay, so Ariana comes out. We find out quickly that fourth place is Kendall and Nicole. I do believe that they, out of the places available, I do believe that's where they would have placed if I was placing them. Third place should have gone to Leah and Miguel. Second place should have gone to no one, and they should have increased the budget to 200,000 and put Serena and Cordell and Jana and Kenny as first. But really, I think that second place, Jana and Kenny, first place, Serena and Cordell. And that's just like, I think it's unfair to have to place them just because I feel like it's kind of like when you say which child is your favorite. No, I won't. No, we won't. America won't pick our favorite couple. Like that's what they should do. Double winners, increase the budget. Thanks. Thanks. Peacock, hire me. Do you want people happy or do you want people miserable? What? Okay? Because I can make them happy. I can make people run outside like we just won a soccer championship. Let's go. This is my tripod I use to record. But yeah. Basically, that's how I would have done things. And I would have been really happy to see that. We were so lucky, though. Yes, absolutely. I'm so, so, so happy Serena and Cordell won. They were the first day one couple. It was so beautiful to see the two of them. I love Black Love. Cordell and Serena did the damn thing. Yes. Yes, Margaret. It was just beautiful, pure, everything. This is the sentiment. Do you see white people, producers, anybody, do you see how much better things are with diversity? Do you see how much better things are when you include Black people and give them their props and give them their flowers? By having Serena, Cordell, Janae on the show, do you see how much more in tune we were for this season? A lot more in tune. So it was amazing. It was amazing. I was shocked. Leah was shocked. Miguel were shocked that they were in second place. I truly, like, yeah, phenomenal season though. Phenomenal season. I can't believe we get a reunion. I don't know why, but initially I pictured that the reunion was just going to be the finals, the final people. So when I remembered that it's going to be everyone there, oh my God. Will Kaylor and Aaron still be together? Will they talk about Kaylor's call to her friend who sounded like Sydney on the phone talking about Leah? Will they ask Leah if she's scared of the Stan base? We don't know. Will they bring up Kendall and how the girls felt after they saw everything? A month later gives time for tea to boil. Will they ask Kendall about the alleged ex-girlfriend from the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders that he allegedly broke up with to come on the show? Will Nicole ask about it? It's a lot of questions. It's a lot of questions. Will they ask Leah about kind of shading Janae multiple times during the season? Or giving Connor the impression that by belittling Janae, it would make Leah feel more supported? And I'm not saying that. He said that on my podcast. Like it was pretty much, that, he wanted Leah to know he liked her, and it was at the expense of Janae. That was the reality. Leah, those questions are too good and juicy. Reunions aren't like they used to be. Exactly. They need someone that they let come in who really loves reality TV, that isn't well off, that wants to be well off, like me, that's going to grind. Anybody, really. But yeah, I'm just saying myself because I'm talking about myself. There's a lot of other more fit candidates, but I would love to go in there and write the questions. I would love to go in there and write the questions and ask them. Oh, Liv. Liv. I can't wait to hear what Liv has to say. Yes, the Chicks in the Office interview was interesting. I'm glad they got to interview both couples. Interesting to hear that Leah made jokes about the situation. I wonder if they'll talk about and acknowledge the online support and talk about just the chaos during the season. Oh, yeah. Ariana. I hope Ariana's the host of the reunion. She will be, right? That's what that means. Please don't let them bring. I'm sorry. I'm a little. I don't know, but I don't really want to see Maura as the host. We get enough of her on After Sun. It's good, but I would like to see Ariana. Or Maya Jamer. Yes. Let us have our own lane. Let us have our own lane. It's exciting to feel like we have our own lane, our own thing. Oh, she's doing Chicago. I hope she can make it. See? We'll see. I'm sure she will. I'm sure she will. If they say her on the Instagram post, what do they say? Pixar, it's not real. Must be real. So I'm excited. That's pretty much all I have to say. I can't think of anything else to say about the season. I'm going to wrap it up. I wanted to stay on just under an hour so I can rest my voice, reach out, see how many interviews I can schedule for the week. Fingers crossed, I get to interview people. As many interviews as I get, I will be posting. I'm also probably going to create like a Reddit board or like my email, of course, like the Microsoft thing happened, but I want to have a way that people can like submit questions. So I might create like a Reddit for myself instead of posting individually on the things because so frequently they don't let me post in there just to see questions people have for who I get interviews with. But I'll keep everyone posted, let everyone interact as normal. And I'm excited. I'm excited for us. Please bring all the side characters I've been talking to the front stage. Yes, please, please. So have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for joining this morning. Like the video before you hop off and have a great day. Mwah. And go Love Island. Thanks, everybody.